In my senior year of high school, I often skipped class to go smoke weed with the cool kids. The interesting thing about this is, right after I graduated high school, I stopped smoking weed because I was not in that environment in which I felt like I had to pretend. I only smoked weed to try and fit in. The guys that I skipped class with, I would not even consider them friends. They were just individuals who I wanted to be seen with so that I could be viewed as cool, as one of the cool kids, you know? Then I turned 21, started drinking alcohol to fit in, going out to clubs, going out to bars. I felt like it truly helped me to fit in because everyone else was doing it. I didn't want to look like a square and be the only one not doing it, so therefore I did it. I also drank alcohol to help me cope with my anxiety and stress, and also to relax. But the more I drank alcohol, little did I know, the more I drank alcohol, the more I was pulling myself from myself. Because in isolation, I wasn't satisfied with myself. And it was in isolation in which I drank alcohol. I say it all the time. You have to feel good about yourself when you're by yourself, because if not, that's a true indicator that you need to start working on yourself. So, yeah, in moments of isolation when I was by myself, I would often drink several beers, throw them back. And the more I did that, the more I distanced myself from myself. And how am I going to get to know myself if I am distancing myself from myself by drinking alcohol? I didn't have this clarity until I stopped drinking booze. And then, only then, I gained clarity when I was in isolation, and I started to learn myself and learn how to love myself and get to know myself, to become better for myself. The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one that you have with yourself. And if you're constantly trying to live up to society's standards, you're not being true to yourself. You're seeking external validation. Your worth is not discovered in external validation from others. Your worth comes from, how you discover your worth is you working on yourself. Stop working against yourself and start working on yourself. You need to be able to validate yourself. We live in a society to where we're unconsciously conditioned to seek external validation from social media with the likes, comments, views, and all of that stuff, to so many other things. We are unconsciously conditioned to seek external validation from others in order for us to feel good about ourselves. growing up, coming up through school, I used to be so afraid of not getting external validation from classmates. And because I lived in fear, because I was paralyzed by fear, I was too afraid to step outside of my comfort zone. I was quiet. I was timid. I was insecure. I thought that perhaps if I was quiet enough, no one would notice me. And so therefore, I would never be in a position of being pulled out of my comfort zone. That didn't work. Because the teachers would still call on me. Classmates would still find me to pick on me or say something. And I remained in fear. Paralyzed by fear. Never stepping outside of my comfort zone in high school. And why is that? Because I was afraid. I was afraid of what others might think and say about me. It wasn't until my senior year of high school that I gathered up some motivation to try and fit in with others. And so that's why I started to smoke weed. But that didn't work because it wasn't me. So many of us are unconsciously seeking external validation from others. We're chasing external validation from others. We're doing things that we normally we don't like to do, but we do it because we want to be viewed as cool. Everybody wants to be viewed as cool. Everybody wants to be able to fit in. It's human nature to fit in, right? To want to fit in. Well, in order for you to be fully satisfied, you have to feel good about yourself. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to stop working against yourself and start working on yourself. You have to start working on self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is a beautiful experience because it is within self-acceptance, self-reflection, that you discover what you are made of. You discover who you are. You are introduced to your true self. And this is when life takes on a whole new meaning. This is when life takes on a whole new meaning because you no longer prioritize what you think other people will think and say about you. What matters most is what you think and say about yourself. Self-acceptance is a beautiful experience. I didn't realize this until later in life. I gained so much clarity from not smoking weed to fit in, from not drinking alcohol to fit in, from not doing a lot of things that I knew wasn't me. I only did it because I wanted to be viewed as cool. But the interesting thing about this is, when I got to know myself, I discovered that I am cool. I discovered that I'm the coolest dude I know. I started to embrace my authenticity, my personality. And this is, in doing so, it brought about a lot of peace and joy within me. I was able to be myself. I'm able to be myself and not give a damn about what other people are thinking and saying, because I'm being true to myself. Life is so short. Life is so short. We all owe it to ourselves to be true to ourselves. You got a whole lot of people, lookalikes. They actually made a career off of looking like other people, like Elvis impersonators, celebrity impersonators. These people know more about the celebrities that they're impersonating than they know more about themselves. Well, in essence, we have a lot of people who know more about their celebrity idols than they know more about themselves, trying to live up to being like their celebrity idols and trying to be like this person and that person. You're working against yourself if you do that, if you are living your life that way. You need to spend some time in isolation to get to know yourself and learn to love yourself. Because just like how I discovered how cool I was when I finally met my true self, you'll most likely be able to discover the same thing. But as long as you procrastinate, as long as you live in fear, you'll never be able to you'll never discover the better version of yourself. Time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Stop trying to fit in with others to receive external validation and accept yourself. Because when you accept yourself, that's where true strength comes from. That's when you discover that you're able to do things that you once thought that you could not. When you take back your power from the lies of society, so to speak, you'll see what you're made of. You will be inspired to live a purpose-filled life. You will be able to embrace your authenticity and not worry about trying to fit in, because you're okay with being you. You're absolutely fine with being you. True to yourself. I think, what was it, Dr. Seuss, he had a quote that goes something to the effect of, no one is truer than you, or something. You know what I'm saying. It's a Dr. Seuss quote. It's not coming to mind right now, but Dr. Seuss has some amazing quotes. One I think of right now is not the one that I'm talking about, but one of Dr. Seuss's quotes goes like, those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. And that is in regard to true friends, true family and friends who love you and appreciate you for who you are, and not those individuals who always have something to say about you, or may have something to say about you because of you just being you, But yeah, I tell you, self-acceptance, the journey of self-acceptance that I have been on. I learned so much about myself, and and it's because I learned so much about myself. It's the reason why I am in front of this camera right now. looking to inspire others to start accepting themselves and stop seeking external validation from others, because as long as you continue to do that, you're hindering yourself, you're hindering progress. But if you truly want to evolve into becoming the best version of yourself, it's going to have to start first with self-acceptance. You owe it to yourself. Another Dr. Seuss quote has come to mind, and this one is probably better than the one that I was thinking of. And it simply goes, "You were not born to fit in. You were born to stand out." You'll never find yourself by trying to fit in. Stop chasing external validation, because the more you chase external validation, the more you will distance yourself from yourself. 1 million likes from others will never be enough if you don't like yourself first. Everlasting happiness, everlasting inner peace is not found in the external. It is a hidden treasure that must be discovered in the internal. We all owe it to ourselves to do better and be better so we can make our worlds better. If you like the words that I have shared in this video, then by all means, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. God bless.